Buenos días, Priscilla. Thank you for joining us today at our Business Spotlight series.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
So today I'm excited to bring along Priscilla Bennett, Managing Director at C&K Commercial Services Limited. They provide reliable commercial and office cleaning services. So Priscilla, can you tell us a little bit more of what you do and for how long you've been doing it?
We have been commercially cleaning now for around 5 years. Previous to this, it was purely domestic work. But with the arrival of COVID, we had to adapt very, very quickly and enhance what services we were already providing, especially with regard to who we were going to provide our services to and what additional services we could provide, especially with protection and a more upscaled hygienic sense of services with regard to like fogging. Just a deeper protection for offices, healthcare facilities, educational facilities.
Brilliant.
It is a family run.
Family business, okay.
Yeah.
Is this something you always wanted to do, or how do you come up with the idea of going into the cleaning industry and running your own business?
I think, well, obviously I've been in the service industry across 4 different sectors now. I mean, I started off when I was 13 and I've had previous companies, not just cleaning companies. I opened up a catering company, a commercial catering company, and we were in charge of providing, obviously getting the catering facilities, but from scratch, and that included cleaning them and then providing, the catering facilities for hundreds of employees at different facilities. So that was a very, very successful company, but unfortunately, due to personal family reasons and a breakdown of the marriage, folded that business to move up to South Lanarkshire, where I have stayed now for, I think, 13, 14 years. And that's when I started the cleaning business, because I have been involved with the hotel and leisure industry for many years also. I ran a hotel when I was 18, a family hotel when I was 18, but I also worked for Riostakis, who, I don't know whether you know this, had a huge hotel chain in the UK. And he was like a mentor to me for many years, because I used to babysit as well. So I ran the hotel across the roads, which was a family business, but I also worked for Riostakis at Dunblane Hydro. But if I had spare time as well, I babysat for all the VIPs and their family members. Like if they brought their children on holiday up to Stirling, it was me that babysat all the kids for their extended family and friends. So I suppose I've always been in that kind of frame of mind where I'm providing, and I don't think I necessarily seen it as a service back then. I was only young, I was only like 18, but have always been involved with trying to help people. So yeah, I suppose that's, even from a young age, I've always been like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, from the age of 13, I'll tell you a short story. When I started off as a dishwasher, the kitchen was shut one day, but a longboat came in from Iceland or wherever it was, and the kitchen was shut. But I had been watching the chef, and I come from a huge family who are great cooks. And these guys were starving and needed fed. So they come up to me, because I was in clearing up, and they asked me, is there any chance we could get some food? And I thought about it for a second, and then I thought, well, there's about 13 of them. Do you think you can really do this? So I thought, well, why not? You know what I mean? So I went and fired everything up in the kitchen, took all their orders, fed them, took their money. And when my boss came back, obviously they relayed like how happy they were and this was great. And he was like, I can't believe you've done that, Priscilla. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic. And I mean, it just stems from there. I've always had that kind of frame of mind. To me, I don't see it as work. I enjoy my work, even still to this day.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get it. I actually enjoy being on site and doing the physical work with my team.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think that's how, although I did resign, I made a huge impact when I was a regional manager, because when I came into my region, they'd never had a regional manager like me. And they all said this. I mean, there was parts of my region that the previous regional manager hadn't even visited in 3 years.
Yeah.
I went round the whole region in a month.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That's the difference, you know what I
On
mean?
that note, Priscilla, what's your biggest learning since you've been a business owner?
My biggest learning, I think, just be yourself. Don't change yourself. Never. There is no point. Do you know what I mean? Don't try and be somebody you're not. I think, yeah. Because you can fall into that trap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You mentioned that before when we were talking earlier.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work. Just be yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That comes across more natural. You know what I mean? Rather than
Yes.
trying to be somebody that you're not.
Yes.
Don't change and just have that self-belief. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've been homeless twice and started from scratch. You know what I mean? First time in 2011. And I come up here with my 3 kids, my car, my dog, a bit of savings, my jewellery. And that was me, started from scratch. Because I knew I could do it. You know what I mean? I'd been successful before and very successful in my catering company. And I thought, well, okay. You know what I mean?
No, that's brilliant. You said that I've done it before. And I think for those watching this recording, there is a very powerful book called The Power of Now. And he talks about being present, and we should be present most of the time. There are times where we can go to the past, not to be nostalgic or bitter, but to draw from successes we've had, which is what you've done. I've been successful before. Why can't I do it again?
Many times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, I had the big house, big cars, everything in 2019. COVID came along. I ended up homeless again. And then I started scratch again. So I suppose I'm here to tell anybody, anything's possible. You just need to have that self-belief and that confidence within yourself, I suppose, to say to yourself, I can do this. You know what I mean? It's doesn't matter what they throw at you or what gets thrown at you. It's how you come out of it. And it might take you a while, do you know what I mean? And but I think the biggest thing after COVID as well, material things are not important to me. And that was the thing I did learn. No. Do not let these things own you. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, correct. No, brilliant. On that note, what's your favorite book? What book have you read that has helped you in life, personal and business?
Book that's helped me in life. God, there's so many. I love there's a famous painting, The Girl with the Pearl Earring. Have you ever read the book? That book. I read that many years ago and I was blown away by that. It's not a very business-like book, but it's more to do with how people treat one another.
Your personal growth.
Yeah, definitely. Do it. I've also had great mentors, you know what I mean, over the years, and I've met great business people who have helped me, especially from a young age. I mean, I have to say, Rio Stackis, some of his advice was like spot on. And I mean, he arrived in this country on a suitcase, you know what I mean, many years ago. And he always said to me as well, back then, I mean, I was only 18, and that's what he says to me, he says, never let anybody tell you you're not good enough, Priscilla. Don't change, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was right enough. He was definitely right enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What are your aspirations for the business in the next 5 years?
I would love, well, not just me. I mean, we are collaborating with a German company, and honestly, I would love to get this started in Scotland and provide better homes, healthier homes, and create like a healthier nation, if you want. It's the innovation, I think, is fabulous, especially for damp molds, and very relevant just now. We've never really had a solution, a long-term solution to this problem. Now we have. And I would love to see this rolled out UK-wide. We've got interest in America. We've also got interested parties in Europe. But as I've said to Christoph, I would love to start it here first, definitely, and give back to my local community. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. Yeah. So that's the aspirations.
Yeah.
Like,
That's quite impressive. Yes, yes.
It's not going to be easy. Like, definitely not. What will not be easy. And we both realise this, you know what I mean? Because we're not really getting much help that way, but we're both determined that we're going to do it. Absolutely.
What do you think? What do you think would be the biggest obstacle to overcoming that journey?
The financial, definitely, without a doubt, investment. Yeah. You've got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So we've got the trials starting soon. We've definitely got interested partners who want to be franchisees. Sorry, and that's the way we're heading. Because I would rather give somebody the chance of having a really good business in their own area to solve this problem. Definitely. I want them to have a business. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as I say, I've already been out in several countries for exploratory meetings, which were really quite interesting. So, yeah.
What impact would you like to have made 5 years from now then, if you manage to take this off the ground?
I'd like to solve a problem that's like, we've had it for decades, you know what I mean? With all these like paints and this, that, and the next thing. And we've never really had a good enough solution to solve this problem, to solve the issue. And I mean, see when you read the numbers of kids affected, their health affected, it's disgraceful, an absolute disgrace. Yeah, I want to stop that if we can. Yeah. That is my goal.
Yeah, that's very honourable. Yes.
And it's not necessarily make lots of money, because I've never been in a business to make. I mean, it's great making money, but that's never been. You can only live in one house, have one car. That's never been my goal.
Yes.
I've got 3 kids and now a grandchild. I don't want to see my granddaughter growing up and being in a house where it's affecting her health.
Yeah.
No, that's just not on. Not in this day and age.
Yeah.
No. Not when we have a solution.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So that's the goal. That's the
brilliant goal to go for, Priscilla.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. What would you say to anyone thinking of going into business? Some of the people watching this recording are, employed, and they are kind of scared to make the jump to run their own business and lose the security of a paycheck at the end of the month. What would you?
It is scary, and it is risky. Business is risky, and if you're averse to risk, don't do it. That's what I would say. But on the other hand, if you have self-belief and you've got that idea, that spark, but I'll tell you one thing, do not waste money on lots of things that you do not need, and do not get taken in by people, because that happens so many times.
Yes.
Start small, and no matter how much money you're making, keep it small. You only need your insurance. You know what I mean? Simple, keep it basic, because you don't run before you can crawl. Do you know what I mean? Because so many people would take advantage of you. I've had it loads of times over the years.
Yes.
And they don't care about your business. They don't care whether you're going to be bust in a year. Just keep it small, get great advice, go anywhere to see if you've got grants available. I could definitely go to Business Gateway and get advice, but research your market, research, you know what I mean, the business you're going into, research.
Yeah, yes.
Definitely. But do not get taken in by, oh, people. And I'll tell you another thing I know about, get a really good accountant. Because yeah, you really do need good financial advice. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And make sure you've got a good one.
Yeah, no, I always say that numbers is the language of business.
Definitely. Yeah, but there's nobody going to look after your business like yourself, regardless of numbers. And your accountant, you're the person. You need to understand your business, how it operates, how it, what, you know what I mean? You need to know everything. Me, I like to know about everything, health and safety, financial, everything. But that's just me. I have, like, it's very hard for me to shut off. Like, my head will be running, like, even just now I'm sitting talking to you, I'll be thinking about loads of different things I should be doing, or, you know what I mean? But I love innovation as well. Absolutely passionate about innovation. I designed while working for that other facilities company, obviously I was using their systems, and I thought, oh my God, how antiquated is this? It just was not foolproof. And I thought of a way of saving. I thought, well, if that was my business and that was my company, I'd be looking for something a wee bit more security savvy, so that the client was obviously getting the best value, because they just were not, you know what I mean? It was just so open to fraudulent. It was just incredible. So I love designing stuff like that.
Brilliant. So just to wrap up, what do you have any advice for your 18-year-old self?
My 18-year-old self? No, I don't regret anything. I don't have no regrets, because even when it's bad, you're still learning things. Do you know what I mean? Some of the worst times I've went through, I've learned so much. So I don't think I ever have regrets, because you can learn even through bad experiences. You're still learning, because you're thinking to yourself, right, okay, I won't do that again.
Yes.
It's my 18, what advice would I give? I just say go for it. Honestly, I don't regret anything. It's nothing, because it's learned me so much. No. Yeah. And my biggest joy is my kids. Definitely. Above anything else. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Well done. Definitely. That was my best job.
That's brilliant, Priscilla. So, do you have any news or offers you would like people watching this now in your business?
Well, just now, right, we've started doing like really high level cleaning and stuff like that on an industrial, you know what I mean? Yeah, and we would offer like a really good percentage off, maybe 10%, you know what I mean, for any new work coming in that way. Especially with regard to warehouse cleaning and stuff like that. We're absolutely loving it. I mean, the last job we were on was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Great feedback, you know what I mean, from the clients. Yeah, loved it.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, Priscilla, it's been a real pleasure to have you join us today at Business Spotlight, and for sharing your experience and with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.